So there we go. So Matthias is here this week. And the theme of this series of classes was being able to sail with the winds of change. And so the first session was a very different session. We had a very intimate gathering supporting Lotta and her experiences supporting her father's transition. And then last week was a very different practice where we connected with the teachings of Thich Nhat Hanh. And today Matthias is here. So it kind of fits with the theme that each week something comes up that wasn't planned, and that resonates very well with the theme of the practices. So today we'll move a bit more than last week. But before we start, are there any thoughts or anything that's come up in the last 2 weeks I found particularly powerful, because the topic of death, which is a very big change, has come up in a very deep way. And it's something, one of the themes that I wanted to touch on this session was renormalizing to now. And these big changes, the last 2 years has been a repeated learning of big changes, even outside of the pandemic, through all of our lives. And the ancients and all of the teachings from thousands of years ago, from many different voices, up until now, has the same idea about this concept of now and tuning into what's happening now. Because anything from the past or anything from the future are now thoughts in our mind. And all of these traditions have some version of this story that being stuck in those thoughts of the past or the future is a source of suffering. So one of the ways that we look to reduce suffering as a way to help us see reality more clearly is to practice coming back and beginning again in this moment. And that involves a little bit of letting go of what has happened and the thoughts about that, and a little bit of letting go of the thoughts of what will happen. So this is our main theme. So one of the voices I want to bring in, I've used Rilke, we've used Thich Nhat Hanh, these sort of big names that people have heard about, but I wanted to bring in a quieter voice, somebody whose name you don't know, unless you happen to be in Italy with us a few years ago. Her name is Elizabeth, and she wrote this affirmation, she called it Affirmation of Self-Love, and shared it with us. And I thought it was a really good expression of this idea of being here now in reference to past and future. So as we begin the session today, just be with your body for a moment. So we stop for a moment, stop doing, and just watch what's there. And as I like to say, watch yourself without too much of an opinion. So what's happening is not good or bad, it's what's happening. It is your experience of this life. So notice if you can be with that practice of just watching your body, watching your mind, emotions. And I'll bring in Elizabeth's words. I'll repeat this at the end as well. So the short version of her mantra are these 4 lines. I know myself. I love myself. I trust myself. I choose myself. And so just notice how those words sit with you. I know for some of us to hear every phrase focusing on myself can sound selfish to some of us. So notice if that tendency is within you, or if that feels neutral, or if it feels positive. And this is the longer version. I know myself. I know who I have been, and I am learning who I will be. I love myself. I accept the person I was before, and I look forward to the person I am becoming. I trust myself and every aspect of my being on every day of this precious life. I choose myself in this moment and forevermore. And this openness which I give myself, I give to others. So these words as a celebration of knowing who I was, looking forward to who I will be, but I, in this moment, am neither of those things. And again, notice how that concept sits with you. Is it uncomfortable? Is it neutral? Or is it pleasant? And we'll slowly turn towards the body by beginning to invite a conscious, deeper breath and just see how the body takes that invitation. Notice how the breath feels this evening. Easy and smooth, maybe a little tight, restricted. And just keep breathing, letting go of an idea of how it should be. Just breathe. If you'd like to join the opening invocation, Sahana, feel free. Otherwise, just breathe. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahana Punaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vati Tamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This mantra is a reminder that when we show up for our community, it is like offering a prayer of peace to the world beyond us. So we're going to begin tonight lying on the floor instead of standing. Okay. I'm going to keep the chair here so you have space. So lie down. And for you, Matthias, maybe under the head. Let's see what feels best. Okay. Good. So we're going to lie on the floor. We're going to pay particular attention tonight to the low back, sacrum, pelvis. Naturally, the whole body's connected, so everything else will be in there as well. So just lie down. If it's comfortable or if it's not painful, bring the legs straight. If that creates discomfort in the low back, just bend the knees and bring the feet to the floor. So otherwise, if it's possible to stretch the legs out, just do that for a moment and feel the body on the floor. And again, just observe what you're feeling. Notice if and where there might be tension. Notice what feels comfortable, what feels pleasant. Notice the natural curves of your back. So for most of us, the neck is lifted from the floor, the upper back is pressed closer to the floor, the low back might be a little bit away from the floor or not pressed quite as strongly as the upper back. And then here, simply begin breathing a little more deeply. And notice what happens. So inhale, expanding the torso, so rib cage expanding, belly lifts naturally. Exhale, let the belly sink down, let the chest relax. Engaging now the Ujjayi technique, this throat controlled. Inhale and exhale. Each inhale a little bit deeper. Each exhale a little bit longer and slower. So from here, simply we're going to move the arms. So depending on your space around you, you can take the arms forward, above you, and all the way behind. And exhale, back down. If you have the space to take the arms to the side, that's also a nice option. Sweeping the arms and back down. So moving at your own rhythm. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, back down. Noticing as you do this, the sensations in your back, your belly, the torso. Noticing if there's a natural arching of the back as you lift the arms. And notice what happens if you inhibit the lifting of the back. So keep the low back close to the floor even as you lift your arms. And back down as you exhale. You can try the two different ways. One way, letting the back arch as you lift. And one way, keeping the low back close to the floor and lift the arms. So just two different effects on the body. When we arch the back, it's a little bit contracting along the erector muscles along the spine. When we keep the back close to the floor, it's a little bit more lengthening through the axle of the spine. So just notice which of those versions feels more interesting to your body tonight. And then eventually, when you feel ready, let's stay in the lengthened position. So with the hands up, make sure the shoulders feel comfortable. So whatever adaptation your body needs to support the shoulders, please do that. For some of us, the arms right next to the head feels comfortable. For some of us, the elbows out more feels much more comfortable. As you stay here, breathe deeply. Notice as you breathe deeply where you might feel some resistance in the body. So for some of us, there's a bit of tightness in the chest that reveals itself as we breathe deeply in this position. Let's let go of any opinions we might have about this tightness and just keep breathing with it. And then eventually on an exhale, you're just going to bring the arms back down, moving at your own pace. And then just simply feel the body for a moment. So one movement, very simple, just arms lying on the back. Notice how you feel. And then bend the knees when you're ready. Good. And let's keep the feet on the floor. So if you haven't been doing mindful yoga practice in a while, just notice one posture lying on the floor and breathing deeply and what it does to your system. I'm talking to Matthias here, so he knows it. So now a little Dvipadapitam. So if you've been sitting a lot, a little bit of tightness in the low back, sacrum, I find this posture to be a really nice way to start a practice, because as you lift up on inhale, there's some contraction along the back, engagement along the back. And as you exhale, there's an invitation to slowly release the contraction all the way along the spine as you come down. So inhaling up and exhaling, releasing. So it's not stretching. So we don't stretch tight muscles. We engage the muscles, bring the blood flow, the circulation, and then exhale, slowly release it. With attention to the neck here. So if this posture is irritating to the neck when you come high, don't come so high. But the same idea. If you like, you can engage the arms in whatever variations you enjoy. You could sweep the arms or lift the arms or just keep them next to you. So a few rounds, Dvipadapitam. And then maybe take 3 or 4 breaths and stay up in the posture. Arms, whatever position feels most comfortable to you. Feet in a balanced samastiti sort of position. Just breathing, feeling the body working, holding the body up. After 3 or 4 breaths, you're just going to come down, slowly releasing the spine. As a gentle counter pose, we're just going to take one knee up to the body, both hands on the knee, and gently pulling the knee toward you. And if you like, you can take the other leg and stretch it to the floor. After a few breaths there, you can reverse the legs, take the other knee up, stretch the other leg down. And then from here, we'll just roll over onto the side and come up to the knees when you're ready. And so we can either do here Dvipadapitam or Vajrasana, or not Dvipadapitam, Chakravakasana. That's the version on hands and knees that we've done before. Or if you like, we can stand on the knees and do Vajrasana, so a little more movement and coordination of the body. This time we're going to do an asymmetric version. So We'll do one arm at a time. Matthias, I think you're going to need to back up a little bit so you don't hit the desk with your arm. Huh? So we'll take one arm up. We'll exhale, come down, turn the head away from the arm that's moving, and then switch arms. So as you come up, take the other arm up, look forward. As you come down, turn the head away from the moving arm, all the way down. And try that again. Other arm comes up. And sweep back, look away. So each round, you're just changing arms as you begin the inhale. And just notice the condition of the shoulders and neck today. We're doing a few details that touch on this part of the body. But if you're having some tightness or discomfort in this part of your body, make sure to pay extra attention as we move through to do variations that support your whole body. One last time, down. And as you come up, both arms all the way up and stay standing. Good. And then let's come up to the feet. So standing with a sense of symmetry, both feet, feeling the little triangle under each foot, both sides of the ball of the foot and the heel touching. So just a simple beginning. We're going to begin with a little nyasa, this mantra that we've used before. So we'll begin with hands on the low belly. Inhale, we'll open the arms low. Exhale. Om. Peace in my body. Again. Om. Peace in my body. One more time. Om. Peace in my body. Inhale, arms a little wider, shoulder height to the chest. Om. Peace in my emotion. Inhale. Om. Peace in my emotions. Sorry, you're all getting a dinging that you're not supposed to get. There we go. One more time. Oh, peace in my emotion. And then 3 more times to the third eye. Arms higher. Oh, peace in my thoughts. Inhale. Om. Peace in my thoughts. Inhale. Om. Peace in my thoughts. Pause a moment, let the hands come down. So just notice, for those of you who chant along, the shift in energy is we use the voice, requires more effort to control the sound, but it can be energizing at the same time. Let's wake up the whole body. So again, like we did on the floor, reaching up as you inhale and exhale down. Good. Again, choosing either energizing, lifting, 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 or if you need a little bit more sensitivity, just swim through the air and move the energy. Good. Tilda watching her grandma move. Good. And then we're just going to touch the floor in a simple way. Inhale up. Sweep the arms down, touch the floor, bend the knees as much as you need to. Head drops, neck long. Inhale, open the arms wide, shoulder blades together, reaching up. And exhale down. Continue breathing and moving. Find a rhythm that works for you. Oh, good job, Tilda. Inhale up. As you feel comfortable, stay in this position for a few breaths. Uttanasana. If you want to feel like a stretching of the legs, maybe straighten a little bit one leg and then the other. Otherwise, just stay here breathing. And then we're going to come up halfway. So first round, everybody together, just slide the hands up to the knees, shoulder blades together, back straight. Exhale, come down. Continue moving with the hands on the legs. If your back feels strong, then inhale, open, open to the wide, to the side like an airplane, and exhale down. So keep inhaling halfway up, back engaged, no round back. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, open, 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 open. Exhale. Again, open, 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 open. Shoulder blades together, back strong, down. If it would feel nice to come up and stay, you can stay in this halfway position, maybe 3 or 4 breaths. If you need some support, hands to the knees, otherwise arms wide. After 3 or 4 nice long deep breaths, come down again, Uttanasana. Breathing. Come all the way up, whatever way you like. Pause. Feel the body. And then let's take a warrior-like posture. So one leg forward, one leg back. Same idea of samastiti. So both feet in balance, feeling the heel on the back foot, the 3 points under each foot. Let's take the hand on the front leg, and then the other hand, bend the knee, come up, up, up. Good, to the, and then down. Love teaching toddlers yoga. Up, inhale. Good, down. Good. Inhale. And the idea here is to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen all through the side, and then back down. And down. And then let's come forward in this posture. Stay here a few breaths. And see if you can find what needs a little work on this side. I remember one of my teachers always giving a very specific guidance, and it didn't do anything for my body. So find, for some of us who are a little bit tight here, the iliopsoas, for me, the arm and the shoulder. So find out for you what is interesting here and what needs support. Stay there and breathe into it when you feel resistance. Don't push or stretch. Just feel it and breathe. Notice that as we're lengthening in the front, we're engaging the back of the body and the front of this hip that's bent, or the knee that's bent. So now we're going to straighten this front leg a bit. Take the hand down and come to the floor. And let's take the head down. Breathing. After a few breaths, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Straighten the front leg, step both feet together. And pause. Feel your body for a moment. And then let's try the second side. Actually, wait, before we try the second side, notice the difference between the left and right side, if there is a big difference. So we stimulated, worked a little bit the muscle on the side that was forward, and we did a little bit of lengthening on the back leg, lengthening in the hip on the back leg, and that side of the torso. Notice if that asymmetric posture makes you feel more symmetric now or less symmetric. And then we'll try the second side. So again, find the feet, samastiti, balanced, weight on both feet, hand on the front leg. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. Again, inhale up. Exhale. And then stay here and find what needs your support and attention. Adjust yourself as you need to. Don't push it, breathe into it, notice what's there. Breathe deeply. And then as you feel ready, we'll release that position, slide the hands down, touch the floor, head towards this front leg. Staying there a few breaths, breathing. As you feel ready, come all the way back up. Step the feet together. Pause. Feel the body. And then we're going to step the feet wide apart as you feel ready. Then inhale the arms wide. Good. Exhale, drop the shoulders. There we go. Notice if that's a big drop. If your habitual lifting involves the shoulders, give them a moment to break. Keep the upper arms, rotate the lower arms and hands down. Good. Reach out. Feel the lengthening through the arms, shoulders. Pay attention to the head, the neck. Take a breath in, Samastiti on both feet. Exhale, take the hand down, come towards the floor. Inhale, look up towards the hand above, should be somewhere over your nose. Exhale, look down. Then inhale, come all the way back up, arms wide. Exhale down. Stay here, inhale, look up at that hand, find it. Exhale, look down. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, twisting back to the first side. Inhaling up and exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale back down. And I'm going to find out why my do not disturb is disturbing us. Good. Keep breathing and switching from one side to the other. Okay. And then eventually, we're going to come back to the first side and stay there for a few breaths. If you like, you can continue moving the neck, inhale looking up and exhale looking down, or find a comfortable position for the head and stay there for a few breaths. Each inhale lengthening through the axis of the spine. Exhale rotating about that axis. After a few breaths, we'll come up to the center. Switch to the second side. Stay there about 4 breaths or so. When you complete, take both hands to the floor. Stay in this position with both hands towards the center. Let the head come down. Let the back be long. Knees bent as much as you need to, as if you're going to bring your head towards the floor. Arms supporting the weight of the body. Breathing deeply. And let's rotate the foot towards the front of the mat. Bring the knee down, bring the other knee down, and come into a childlike posture. Just pausing for a breath or two. So feel your body now. Stay in the resting position if that's comfortable. And Matthias, you can lengthen your arms a little forward. Forward, forward. Okay. Okay. Good. Breathing. And then let's come forward and up. We'll do Chakravakasana. So very simply here on inhale, shoulder blades together, front of the chest moving forward, chin lifting. As you exhale, bend the elbows, drop the head, and at the same time, move the back to the heels. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So a few times. Inhale up. Exhale. Drop the elbows, drop the head first, and then move the body back. Just a trick to help release some of the habitual tightness we hold in the shoulders and arms. Let the arms, the neck be soft as you move back. So try that a few times. Because as we switch from pivoting to the arms, it requires a little more core strength to hold the body as the arms stay soft. Good. Shoulder blades together as you come up. Yeah. Drop the elbows, elbows, elbows. There you go. And then come up. Let's do a little variation here. Make an asymmetric position with the knees. So one knee forward, one knee back. And whatever knee is back, so my right knee is back, I'm going to take my right hand a little more forward and just slide back as much as feels comfortable. And notice what you feel in the back and the hip. Breathing. Notice where you find resistance and notice what feels easily open. Breathing deeply. And then we're going to switch sides. So take the other knee back, the other hand forward, and move back. And just notice how this side may feel different than the other side. So for me, the second side is much more tight, but I feel less of the sensation than I do on the other side. So notice what you're feeling. And then eventually we'll come forward, bring the knees in a more symmetric position. Back to the hands and knees. Just a little bit of simple side stretching here. So take one hand over to the side. So I'm taking my left hand to the left, right hand more to the right, and then let the hips move back a little bit. So feeling sort of this outside part of the shoulder, the rib cage, maybe all the way to the hip for some of us. Just breathe there for a few breaths. As you come up, we'll try the second side whenever you're ready. And again, if you find something quite interesting on one side, want to stay longer, feel free to stay longer. Otherwise, just keep my rhythm. Breathing. And then come all the way up, back to the hands and knees one more time. And we're going to go just a little deeper. So this little sequence is really the connection between the sacrum, low back, and the shoulders, the back of the shoulders. So take one arm and bring it down to the floor. The other hand can come over the head, lengthening. So you're really turning the lower shoulder below the upper shoulder. So slide that hand more towards the bookcase, Matthias. There you go. But just be gentle with the neck, yeah? Yeah. And the upper hand, if you need to find a different position, just find whatever position supports the twisting. Yeah, there you go. And this hand that's on the floor can stay at shoulder height, or it can maybe move a little bit towards, like you're putting the fingers more towards the toes. You just want to find a little space behind that shoulder blade that's closer to the floor without pushing too much pressure on the neck. Breathing, noticing if and what you might feel in the low back, the hip, the sacrum. Up. As you feel ready. And if this is a deep twist, take a moment. And when you feel ready, come to the second side. Finding the little precise points that might support your body best. See if there's an awareness of this connection from the neck, the shoulders, the low back, sacrum. And when you feel ready, just come to the center. A few breaths here. And just a couple times, simple Chakravakasana, so just coming back and coming up, just to move a little bit in symmetry along the spine. And then roll over onto the back. So feet can stay on the floor. So we'll do a simple twist from here. So you can choose, you can keep the feet on the floor if you like and take them wide apart. So this is one version of the twist that we've done here, which has a particular effect. Or if you like, both knees up, feet away from the floor. If the feet are coming off the floor, as you twist, think about bringing the knees towards the elbows so the knees stay high. And inhale up and exhale down. So just moving and breathing here. Inhaling up, nice and slowly. And eventually we'll stay in the twisted position. So as you feel ready, just come and stay in the position for a few breaths. Whatever variation you like with knees, legs, feet. Just breathing. Again, noticing places of comfort, noticing places of restriction. Breathing through it all. Staying a few breaths on one side and a few breaths on the other side. With an awareness of neck and shoulders. So there's a respectfulness and gentleness with the shoulders and neck and sacrum and back. And as you feel like you complete, legs back to the center on the floor. Keep one leg on the floor, take the other leg up. You can keep the knees behind, hand behind the knees if you like, or just keep the hands next to the body. We're going to do this movement with the foot up, the foot flexed, and exhale down. Good. Inhaling up and down. So the idea here is just engage the whole chain of muscles through the front of the leg to lift and release them as you come down. Good. Inhale up and down. Inhale up. And then we're going to stay with the leg up. You can put that over the foot, Matthias, if you like, the strap over the ball of the foot. And you can hold it a little more easy that way. So with Matthias, I'm giving him his back of his legs are a little bit short, so they don't lengthen out quite as easily. So he's got the strap to help hold his foot up because gravity is pulling it in a different way than it's pulling my leg because of the angle he's at. So a towel or a strap is a really great tool here. So just flexing the foot. And then even with the strap, you can point and flex just to build a realization of the connection between the foot, ankle, and leg. So moving the foot. And then let go of the strap. So take that off your foot. You're going to keep the leg up. And so keep the hands to support you and inhale. The foot comes towards the floor as straight as you can keep it. Point the foot and exhale up. So point the foot. So point it, Matthias. There you go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And this time, inhale down to the side as far as you can comfortably go. Exhale around and up. So inhale out to the side. Exhale around and up. One more time. Inhale to the side. Exhale around and up. And then straighten that leg and bring it back to the floor. And pause a moment. Maybe straighten both legs. And then we'll try the second side. So bring the other foot to the floor, knee off the floor, foot off the floor. A few times, inhale up and back down. So just a few times to engage the muscles, release. Good. Notice the knee, how it's tracking, the ankle, how it's tracking. And then with the leg up, we'll stay for a few breaths, with or without a strap to help hold the leg. So even with the strap, it's an awareness of the hip flexor activating, the back side of the leg lengthening, the front side engaged. And then from here, point and flex the foot. Just feeling the ankle engage and how it's worked. You can also do your circles with the foot. And then a few times, inhaling, the foot comes down and exhale up. Inhale down and exhale up. So just 4 times straight down and up. And then we'll do the circles. So inhale to the side, exhale around and up. Inhale out to the side, exhale around and up. 2 more times maybe. Inhaling out, exhale up. And inhaling out, exhale up. And then release the leg down. Both legs stretch. Pause a moment. And just as a little gentle counter pose, just bring the feet back to the floor, knees, and let the legs shake side to side. And then we'll roll over to the side and do just a couple of seated postures before we come to a resting position. So for you, so Matthias is going to use a bolster for these seated postures. I think this is probably higher. Yeah, you need a little higher. So we keep the legs forward, bending the knees as much as you need to. We want to come down, bring the belly to the legs. Let the hands slide down, head release, neck long. And then as you inhale, lift the back of the head towards the ceiling, the neck towards the ceiling, shoulders up, then the back of the chest. Just let the hands follow you as you come up. So exhale, sliding down. Inhale, the head, the neck, the shoulders, back of the heart, and all the way up to sitting. Exhale down. Inhale, engage, back of the head, back of the neck, shoulders, back of the heart, lifting the heart up and down. 2 more times doing that. If you'd like a stronger engagement through the back, you can lift the arms up. Same idea, low belly first, then the upper belly, chest, shoulders, head all the way down. As you come up, inhale, lift the arms, lift the head, chest, shoulders, up, 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 up. Exhale, reach, 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 forward belly, chest, shoulders, head. Inhale, head, shoulders, chest, belly, and then come down, stay for a few breaths. Don't think so much about stretching in this posture. Come into the shape of the posture. Breathe here and notice where you might feel resistance. Invite the breath to come deeply into the body and notice what happens. Come back up. Good. Pause a moment. And then we're going to take one foot in with the knee out to the side. And I'm going to take the straightened leg out to the side a bit further. And you're going to turn towards this leg that's straight. So for you, I'll give you a block. It might be more helpful. For the first thing. So we turn towards this leg and just imagine you're going to try to bring your head towards your knee and do that in whatever way works for your body. So the hands can be on the floor. Matthias has some blocks here because he's up a little higher. And just breathe here. Imagine the shoulders are the same distance from the floor. So you're not twisting. The heart is in the direction of the floor. You might be up very high or you might be very close to the leg. Just stay wherever you are. Imagine you're bringing your heart towards the leg and breathe. Breathing. Ujjayi technique. I can't hear you breathing, Matthias. There you go. There you go. See, all you guys at home can cheat. I can't hear you breathing with your microphones muted. So if you're cheating, breathe. It makes a difference. Breathing deeply. And then we're going to come up. We're going to shift the position a little bit. So take a moment. And we're going to come into a side lengthening kind of position. So this shoulder is going to be lined up with this leg, like your arm is going to be out to the side and pointed towards the foot. So you're turning more towards the wall. And the hand is going to come down and you're going to, take that top shoulder back. And then that top arm comes over. Looking for the lengthening here on Matthias's left side, my left side. Reaching over. So stay there a few breaths. The idea is just to lengthen the top side. How deep you come towards the floor is not important. Just lengthening that side. After a few breaths, we're going to come up. Bring your feet in some kind of position that feels comfortable to sit facing forward for a moment. And then we'll just do that little sequence on the other side. So we'll take the other foot out to the side when you're ready. Fold the other leg. And we're going to shift over this front leg. So imagine you're going to bring your heart towards your knee. So both shoulders come facing forward. Don't push, don't force it. Find your position where your body can stay comfortably, and then just breathe deeply. No cheating. Feel your body. In this variation, there's an asymmetric lengthening across the back. So notice if you can feel that difference between one side of the back and the other. Maybe all the way to the low back sacrum. Maybe you feel more in the shoulder, the neck. Breathe deeply and see what's happening. Eventually release. Turn now the shoulder in the direction of the outstretched leg. And you're just coming down, reaching this arm over. And now you're lengthening the other side. Good. Breathing deeply. So as you invite the breath in more deeply, you might find more points of resistance. Be gentle and don't force. When your body feels ready, just come out. Sit in a forward-facing position. Legs in whatever variation feels comfortable. Just let the body come a little bit forward. And then one last seated posture will come into a twisting position. So Matthias, for you, it might be good to use the chair actually. That's better because you can use the back part of it. And maybe put the chair here instead of on the mat. So Matthias will demonstrate the chair variation we've done in here before. So you're going to take the hand on one knee, the other arm behind. Use the back of the chair if you're using the chair. And the arms just support, they gently leverage the position. Take a few breaths and then just check the position of the neck. Is it more useful to look forward or back or in some other position? And then breathe again deeply. So as you inhale deeply, you might feel untwisting happening. That's fine. Exhale, you might feel more comfortably deeper into the twist. So use the breath like an accordion. You don't have to hold the arms rigidly. You can let the body move in and out of the twist. That's fine. Continue breathing deeply if you can. As you feel complete on one side, just release and pause in the center for a moment. Like a towel that's been wrung out, just let yourself sort of unwind. And then when you feel ready, we'll switch to the second side. So one hand on the knee, the other hand behind you, or with the chair, using the chair. Take a few breaths, establish the position. Notice what you feel in the neck, shoulders. Find a comfortable way to be here. And then just invite the breath to come in deeply as much as possible. Exhale, releasing. Like an accordion, inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. As you feel ready to complete, just release to a forward-facing position. And then before we come to the floor, just let the body fold forward. So maybe move the feet a little forward, come down, lying on the legs or towards the floor in front of you. Just let the spine move symmetrically forward. Let the head hang. Shoulders relax. And come back to the floor, lying down on the back. I just want to do a little bit of movement with the neck and shoulders. So you can do this just lying on the back, or you can do it with lifting into the little bridge. So we want to inhale, sweep the arms, exhale, turn the head, sweep the arms back. So you can keep the body on the floor, or you can integrate it with the lifting. I wish we had a bigger field of view on the camera because Matthias is doing one variation, I'm doing another. It's nice to see different bodies moving. And then when you're ready, we'll switch into a little bit of Apanasana, so the hands on the knees. As you inhale, let the arms straighten. As you exhale, hands move towards you. And even here, we can do a little bit of variations with the neck. As you inhale, you can lift the chin, let the hands move away. And as you exhale, drop the chin towards the throat as the knees come down. So the front of the neck opens as you inhale. Exhale, the back of the neck lengthens. And then if you like one more gentle movement together, we can bring the feet to the floor, the knees touching, ankles touching. And as you inhale, we'll just open the knees out to the side. Exhale, knees together. Inhale and exhale. Move with your own breath. Follow your own rhythm. If it feels comfortable, you can rest with the knees apart. However long you like, but from here we're going to move into a resting position, some form of Shavasana. So as you feel ready, come into a resting position. So nothing to see on the screen, just let your body come to resting. And as we move into resting, letting the body just process the movements and attention you've given, I wanted to share sort of the larger mantra that goes with the body prayer that we did standing. So peace in my body, peace in my emotions, and peace in my mind. So the larger mantra says something like this. I've changed a few of the words that suit better for how I practice, but just listen. May there be peace in my body. May I have space to tend to my sanctuary. So peace in my body is a sanctuary. May there be peace in my emotions. May I be strong enough to love it all. May there be peace in my emotions. May I be strong enough to love it all. May there be peace in my mind. May I stop the war that I fight inside. May there be peace in my mind. May I stop the war that I fight inside. Fan the flames of peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace in my body is a sanctuary. Peace in my emotions, strong enough to love it all. Peace in my mind to stop the war that I fight inside myself. So with this intention, rest. These words of affirmation may not feel right in any given moment, or they may feel perfect. They are simply a suggestion of the direction we may want to live. And as my words begin to fade from your attention, just let the body rest and let the mind settle. Om Bhurbhuvasuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvasuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. I know myself. I know who I have been, and I am learning who I will be. I love myself. I accept the person I was before, and I look forward to the person I am becoming. I trust myself and every aspect of my being on every day of this precious life. I choose myself in this moment and forevermore. And this openness which I give myself, I give to others. And just notice how these words sit with you now. And then as you feel ready, just slowly make your way back to sitting. And bring the hands together in front of the heart, palms touching. Notice again the presence of now, the experience of being here in your body, in your emotions, and in your thoughts. And just observe the difference from an hour and a half ago until now. And whatever that difference may be, may it be a jewel for your own path of transformation. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Thank you.